I remember reading in history that, for example, Napoleon and Alexander the Great, they would fight. They were the generals. They're the ones that gave orders, but they would fight with their soldiers in the front lines and, get hit and this and that. I think there was one particular war where a few soldiers got in front of Napoleon because he was potentially going to get killed. And they realized that the value that he brought to the troops, these people have a magnetic kind of fortitude. They're electrifying individuals that just by their presence, they instill power and strength into their troops, and yet they're fighting in the forefront.
Well, that's probably why.
That's
because
why.
Because they're in the trenches with them.
Right.
That's a leader you respect.
And I hope I'm not mistaken on this, but I think Cyrus the Great died in the front lines. And he was like tremendous figure in history. But yeah, it's a different, it's different. You lead by example.
Yeah.
And I think that provides the atmosphere, so that the entire office, the entire building can get behind you and move into, and you have to treat people with respect and acknowledge when they do things. And some people really like accolades, like, hey, you did a great job here, you did this. It's extremely important for many, many people.
Absolutely. And I looked it up. Cyrus the Great, just Googled it. It says he was alleged to have died in battle.
There you go.
While fighting the Massagetae, an ancient Eastern Iranian nomadic tribal confederation, 530 BC.
So I was right. So there's a few instances in history where these generals
die in
battle. And these are, I'm telling you, these are tremendous people. The fact that he died in battle is a big loss.
Jose Martí.
I
remember our good friend Jorge, que en paz descanse, ¿verdad? Mm-hmm. He said that Jose Martí went into the battlefield against the Spanish. This was the revolution to Cuba to free themselves from Spain.
Right.
And that he went in and was killed, but he wasn't a fighter.
Right. I remember George telling us. And I remember reading. Yeah, he was a poet. He was a thinker.
He was killed in battle against the Spanish troops, Jose Martí, at the Battle of Dos Rios near the confluence of the rivers on May 19th, 1895. And I don't know if I remember him saying that he went in on a white horse or something like that. I mean, he stood out. Yeah, he was riding a white horse. You can fact check this, but it says here he was shot by Spanish troops while riding a white horse. He stood out a mile away. But he believed so much in the cause that he was, through poetry, he was a revolutionary.
Right. But it's a big loss because he did more with his pen, his brains and the paper, than the sword. They say, the pen is mightier than the sword. And he was killed right away, by the way, in that battle. He was killed right away. He was one of the first that got shot and killed, unfortunately. And so, however, he still lives today. How many people have died that nobody talks about him, unfortunately, right? Any death is bad.